Well, guys, we are here, New Year's Day 2025. I'm not believing this whatsoever. And in Texas, at least, or a good portion of Texas, we have a tradition where we have black-eyed peas and some sort of cabbage. It could be coleslaw. It could be a cooked cabbage if you like cooked cabbage. But and we typically do coleslaw. I did not, when I was pulling this together last night on New Year's Eve, even think, to show you how I started my peas. So I started out with a 16-ounce, 1-pound bag of black-eyed peas. Put them in a pan to soak. Did that overnight. And then I put them in the crock pot along with 2 pieces of this steak cut bacon. It is a hickory smoked bacon and it is huge. I don't know if you can see this. Look how thick that is cut. It is ginormous. So anyway, so I put that in there. We'll just set this to the side. And cooked it overnight in the crock pot. Y'all, I love my crock pot. And so with that and about a half an onion cut small, and a good sized spoonful of, hold on just a second, I'm like a foot from my fridge here, from the Better Than Bouillon, beef bouillon. Love this stuff. Once you open it, you have to stick it in your fridge though. And this is what I've got now. It has been cooking all night long and it is just amazing. So we've got all these big old hunks of bacon in here. If you don't like the fatty part of the bacon, just, you know, pick through it. It's fine. And it is really ready to go. So we're going to let this sit over here and just hang out. I will put it on a low heat to keep it warm. I didn't want to cook it for the hours it was going to take to cook it over propane because we live in an RV and our propane doesn't come from, it's not natural gas. It would come from the street. So anyway, so we kind of always have to keep that in mind, especially since we've got some cold weather coming and we're going to need that for heat. So anyway, so we are going to put this away and we are going, hubby decided he wanted a meatloaf for dinner tonight. So we're going to make some meatloaf and we'll make some coleslaw, which is super easy, y'all, not a big deal. And so, yeah, so we're going to be doing all that for dinner for our New Year's Day dinner. So anyways, we will be going and doing some other things and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, y'all, New Year's Day dinner usually means ham because we have already had turkey probably for Thanksgiving and then a month later at Christmas time. So hubby decided he really didn't even want ham. He would rather have a meatloaf. So we're going to do meatloaf. So the recipe I'm going to be doing today for the meatloaf is going to be done in the crock pot. Because, you know, I love my crock pot. I can get everything pulled together, stick it in there, and then forget it all together. The recipe I'm using is from my book, the 2025 book. And so these are some of the recipes that are in the back of the book. Let's see if I can get this close enough where you can see it. So it's a crock pot meatloaf, and it's going to be on the same page as the crock pot chicken. And it calls for a pound of ground beef, a pound of ground pork, a small diced onion, and I think I did about a half of a regular onion, 2 eggs, which I still need to get out of the fridge, a cup of breadcrumbs, a packet of onion soup mix, and a half of a cup of ketchup. So let me get those 2 eggs. Okay, 2 eggs. 2 eggs it is. So I already have the ground pork in the bowl, and when I went to the store, I double checked the prices on everything, y'all. And of course, I went to Walmart and I got the 80/20 ground beef. And actually, by the ounce, by the pound, the patties were cheaper than getting a whole tray that's about 1.5 pounds. So this ended up being a little less than $5 a pound as opposed to almost $6. So I thought, well, what the heck? I can break this up. It doesn't matter if it's already made into patties. So move that. And we're just going to plunk these down in here because we're going to gush it all up. Now, I've washed my hands after I broke up the pork, so I have impeccably clean hands, and I cleaned all the surfaces. So whenever I'm using raw meats, I definitely want to keep those surfaces clean. And wash my hands again. So, because there's going to be a lot of hand washing going on in this thing. So, this is just a matter of dumping everything in and gushing it all up. I do have a little bamboo spoon kind of thing here, but honestly, your best tools, I think, are your hands. So I'm going to drop in, and I do a coarse chop on my onions. You can make it smaller, finer if you like. Those are some pretty good sized pieces. We're going to dump in the breadcrumbs, and these are the ones I had on hand today, just the Progresso breadcrumbs. I usually use the ketchup, yes, tomato, that has no high fructose corn syrup. So I'm always reading the labels. I don't know why they feel like they have to put that stuff in there. There's no need for it. I mean, if you need to put a little sugar in it to offset the acidity of the tomatoes, okay, fine. Go ahead. I don't care. So anyways, some Lipton onion soup mix. They have a mushroom variety that might be pretty good too. And they have a beef variety that I've used before, and it works really, really well. We're just going to dump that in there. And we will break our eggs into this measuring cup, because I want to double check that the egg is fine, that we haven't somehow gotten an old egg. There we go. And if I inadvertently get a piece of shell, I'm fishing it out of this little cup or a little bowl rather than all of this goodness. Okay, so that's all of our things. And that's all it is. So, we'll start with the spoon, shall we? We'll try to be a little civilized and get all that together. Now, some recipes call for saltine crackers that have been crunched up, and that will work to help bind all of this, along with a couple of eggs. I like the flavor that the garlic or Italian breadcrumbs lend. That's just a personal choice. All right, so we're gonna gush it and gush it and gush it some more. I don't know, is gush a culinary term, a technical culinary term? I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna get this all mushed together. We're just going to gush, y'all. We're going to dig right in there with our hands. I know some of y'all are getting all squeamish about now. It's okay. Put some gloves on if you need to. I did take my rings off because I don't need to have all of this goodness stuck off in my rings. Of course, one of them is just a band, but still. All right. Now, you don't have to be super exacting. As you can tell by the way I dumped everything in the bowl, this is not rocket science. But you do want to kind of get all of the spices mixed around, that soup mix, the breadcrumbs, and your egg pretty well mixed throughout as best you can. And then we're going to try to roll her. Oh, looky there. There's a whole bunch more on the bottom. Turn it over. There. That's probably good. Okay. This is really cold, y'all. I'm glad it's a fairly warm day. It's almost always warm up here in my kitchen. It's the warmest spot in the house. All right. So, how am I going to do this? Here we go, because I'm not ready to wash hands yet. So let's just move this sugar over here. There we go. So I've got my crock pot here with the crock pot liner. The liners are a wee bit pricey, admittedly. You could spray it with a non-stick spray. Spray the crock if you wanted to. I'm just going to kind of form this a little bit. That's it. Here, I don't know if you can see that. That's it. I just picked it up into a ball. And we're going to lay it off down here. Now, I'm thinking, as I think on this, let's see. Is there something else I needed to do? No. Okay. I'm also going to put some ketchup on top. I don't remember now if I said to put the ketchup on top or inside. Oh, it says accept the ketchup. Ha ha. Okay, so according to my own recipe, y'all, the ketchup's supposed to actually go on top, not inside. But you know what? We're going to try it out this way, and I'm thinking it's going to be just fine. There we go. But I will say, I'm just going to wipe with a paper towel right now. Okay, and then I'll wash. After I get my hands washed, I will put some ketchup on top and just kind of cover it really well, and then put the lid on it and set it to low, and we're just going to let it cook. We're about 12 o'clock. I don't really care if we eat until 5 or 6, and that should give it plenty of time. So anyways, so we will be back when this gets ready. The other part of our Texas food tradition for New Year's Day is cabbage. Cabbage is supposed to bring you money, and we want lots and lots and lots of money, y'all. So I usually do a coleslaw, and I bought the tricolor coleslaw mix. It is already cut. It has green cabbage, carrots, and red cabbage in it. It is already shredded and ready to go. I bought some Hidden Valley Ranch coleslaw dressing, and let's see, is this ready to go? I don't know if I just bought it, y'all. Nope, it is not ready to go. And anyway, you could make coleslaw dressing pretty simply. Just some salad dressing, maybe a Miracle Whip or something like that. And some, I usually do onion powder and garlic powder and some pepper. Or you could do mayonnaise with a little sugar. You can do it lots of ways. So anyways, so I'm going to just start by squirting a bunch in there. And you just kind of have to get in there and work it around. Now, the longer it sits, the softer it's going to get. This will wilt down a little bit. And I'll probably add some ground pepper to it. Just because, you know, it's always good to have a little extra pepper in your life, a little spice. Now, I am probably going to ditch the rest of this because I typically don't make coleslaw very frequently. Hubby didn't much care for the cabbage, so I could eat it, but he didn't much care for it. So anyway, so we're going to mix this all around. I think what we will add a little bit of pepper to it. Not the coarse kind, but just the regular. I'm probably going to give y'all an earthquake because I'm shaking so here. There, you probably can't see all that, but anyways, so we'll do that, and then everybody can put some on their own plate if they want to. That's a good thing about salt and pepper. Everybody can add their own. So there we go. Coleslaw, ready to go. Lots and lots of money, y'all. Lots and lots of luck from our peas. And our meatloaf is in the crock pot. And she is cooking away. So, our dinner's about ready. We just have to now give it time to cook. All right. See y'all later. Here is our New Year's Day dinner, y'all. Our meatloaf is finished. I went ahead and just pulled it out in bag and all and put it on the plate because it's just a little easier to handle that away. Our black-eyed peas, our coleslaw, and I went ahead and made some corn muffins, some cornbread cornbread muffins, corn muffins, whatever you'd like to call it. And we are about to get to eating. So I hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Day. We've got a lot of things to do in the year to come. Now, we've got a ton of goals. I hope you guys have set some goals. We don't do resolutions around here, but we do set goals. So anyways, y'all have a great time. Be safe out there. Love on one another. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.